So thank you all for joining today. We are, like I said, is a break into tech hour, free masterclass. Also, I'm going to discuss that. I plan to be here this week from, we're in Eastern time zone from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., just 1 hour, where we can discuss different tech skills that are needed to break into tech. A quick introduction about myself. My name is Temi Akinwumi. I go by Prof. Temi. I've been in tech for over 26 years now, and I'm the CEO of Top Group Technologies, an IT company in Lago, Maryland, and I've had the company for 16 years now. And right now, I've helped over 1,000 plus engineers in tech to get into tech, to break into technology. And I notice in the community, a lot of people are trying to break into tech as well, but they don't know how to go about it. They don't have a mentor. They don't have any idea what to do. They are confused. So that's why we run these rooms. Normally, we run this room on Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time, every Sunday. So if you're interested, you always can free to come in. But this is just like an impromptu, like quick room for a week. Um, One of the reasons why I'm running this room is because of my free masterclass that is coming up on June 12th, which is this Saturday at 6 p.m. It's a free program that will introduce a lot of people to tech and what are the things that it's about cybersecurity and some other tech's going to be discussed. Today, we're going to be looking at tech soft skills. So soft skills in tech. Most of the time, we believe that we don't need to to have a soft skill, provided we have the hard skills, we are trained, we are professional, we are certified, then we are good to go. But I want to tell you today that it's not true. You need some soft skill to do well in tech. And I want to even let you know that even though you have certain soft skills, you will not be able to get into tech. So it's very important. So I'll stop right there. I will let C2M Christopher introduce himself, and then we can continue. Christopher, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Temi. And again, I'm driving, so I caught some of that, but not all of it. Do you want me to just do a brief intro or anything, or was it a specific question? Because that's the part I missed.
Yeah, just do an intro of yourself. Oh, yeah.
You got it. Well, thank you, Temi. Always a pleasure to share the stage with you. And I'm just going to shut off my GPS because I know where I'm going now. And that way we won't hear that in the background. Well, hopefully not. But I am Chris from Boston. I am in the business development space in staffing. So what that means is I'm working with companies to try to get them to work with our agency to help them find talent. And from that perspective, it's very interesting to see because you see that what companies are looking for talent, but you also see that a lot of times they don't do a good job in trying to attract the candidates that they're looking for. The job descriptions aren't good. They don't have a good sense of what the hiring managers actually want. They might just be cutting and pasting skill sets, but not really saying how you're going to utilize those skill sets. So I'm definitely a big advocate for getting training to get into IT because I think that is just a segment that is growing. So if you look at cyber, if you look at all the world events, there's more and more breaches, right? Not less, right? And you need the human capital to be able to work with the technology that's out there. But I think on that same token, folks then, even though they know that there's not a lot of folks that are readily trained and available, they'll put out these job descriptions that, it might be junior pay, but way too much experience that they're looking for. So I always advocate for working with someone like Ms. Temi that can, kind of break down, here are the actual skills you need, because in order to get that job, you've got to make it through an applicant tracking system. So you need to know, here are the core skills that people are looking for. And sometimes, you've got to paint a picture on your resume about your skill set that you're not seeing in the job description. And somebody that truly understands, okay, for this type of role, here's what's needed, can help you do that. So I'll leave my share there for now. I'm Chris from Boston. I'm done speaking.
Yeah, thank you, Christopher. Yes, very, very important that we understand the soft skills and the hard skills. Today we are looking at soft skills decoded, and tomorrow we're going to be looking at hard skills decoded as well. So you can look under my bio, make sure you follow the room, make sure you follow all the moderators, make sure that you also follow my YouTube channel because I have all our Clubhouse series on YouTube, everything. So there's so much we have done here in this room. And I thank everyone that has been coming to support. Shout out to all my students that are here. Thank you for supporting us today. Ms. Toots, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Tutu. I am a cybersecurity, information security analyst, and I am a mentee. I'm a Miss Temi student. Still currently her student. Have been her student now for over 5 years, and she's doing a phenomenal job. I want to encourage everyone to please follow all the moderators, follow Empower House, and make sure you take a screenshot and reach out to Miss Tammy. She is a professor, and this master class is going to change your life. It certainly changed my life. It will change yours. I can guarantee you this is not a scam. It's not a gimmick. She is teaching you actual, real university level courses. She is a professor. There's no prerequisites needed. There's no coding, no technical skills or background. This is an entry level course, and you can get into the tech career, break into your tech career, and get paid six figures. My name is Tutu, and I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Thank you, Tutu. I see Ayana coming, joining us, Tosin, Lynette, Chinoye, Jennifer, Naim, Carlton, Joye, Shinedu. Thank you all. This is your room. It's for you. Please, if you have any question, any kind of question about your career, please come up and ask them. That is why I'm here this week, to answer all these questions, to help you. Maybe you're trying to break into tech. I'm here to help you. Maybe you already have some courses you've done and you can't get in. I'm here to mentor you. So it can be you want training or you want mentorship. Anything that you want. This is your one-stop shop. I'm here. We are here to support you. Just know that you're not doing this by yourself because like I mentioned yesterday, I said, you can't do this alone. You need a mentor and a coach. And I'm here. We are here to support you. So for the free master class, it's coming up on Saturday, on June 12th at 6 p.m. Make sure you look under my bio. You will see the link to register. Make sure you register. Don't miss it. It's going to discuss about cybersecurity for people that are trying to get into cyber and what is needed. It might not even be for you. It might be for your spouse or your children or your family members. So make sure you also share that with them. We need to empower our community. It's very, very important that we empower our community. There are tons of jobs out there, but if you don't know exactly what to do, you can go round in a loop and get frustrated and then give up. I hate seeing people giving up. So that's why we are here to support. Being in tech for over 26 years, it wasn't easy to get into tech, even with all the backgrounds, in computer science and majors and postgraduate degrees and all of that. We still have to struggle because we don't have mentors. So now that someone is here to mentor you, take advantage of that opportunity. Don't let it go. Some people might know everything, but they don't know how to mentor. But I'm here to mentor you. I'm here to support you. You don't need to have a bachelor's degree to get into tech. You don't need to have doesn't have anything to do with maths or coding, or you don't even have to have a background in tech to get into tech. So I can show you what to do and how to do it. Get everything done for you, including your resume and interviews, mock interviews, and everything. Okay, so make sure you follow me and follow the moderators. We are here to help you. So Ayana, if you want to come up, please and let me know so I can bring you up to thank you all for always supporting. I really appreciate your name. So today, like I mentioned, we're going to be looking at some soft skills. That's one of the easiest way to get into tech is when you know some skill that can help you so that you can showcase that in when you're discussing. Oh yeah, I'm bringing Ayana up. So what you can mention that when you are discussing or when in your resume, you can discuss that. Yeah, Ayana, welcome. Do you want to introduce yourself, please?
everyone. Thank you so much, Temi. Always great to be with you guys here in these rooms. My name is Diana Smith. I am an executive coach and technical recruiter, working with a lot of candidates that are breaking into tech right now. So, perfect time for this discussion. I'm happy and I'm excited about it and happy to contribute however I can to the conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ayana. I appreciate you. So, like I said, so it's very important to know that if you are coming to the table and you come with something, it's better than coming with nothing. So when you come to the table, you know that at least I have a gift that I can present at the table. I'm not coming to the table to offer nothing. So when you look inward, there will be some gifts, some talents that you can present, so that you don't feel like I'm just here. I don't have anything to offer. I'm just, trying to get started. It's more than that. So tech soft skills decoded. Okay, that soft skill, put it bold, put it in a bold and put it in colored format. So skills like communication, collaboration, being able to adapt to situations and also solve problems, problem solving. They are commonly called soft skills. They are not learned in, like, when you go for courses or going for programs. They are essential to succeed in tech. Research has shown some CEO, CIOs have actually said, and some executives, that they are now started looking for soft skill as core skills also. So it's not only that when you have talent in cybersecurity and Scrum Master or data analysis and all of that, that you have the as those are as skills. Those are learned in colleges or in boot camps and all that. But lack of core skills like these soft skills is very important and make people to struggle a lot for their dream jobs. I did some research. I found out that 67% of HR leaders, recruiters, they have held back jobs offer due to candidate lack of soft skills. I've also found out that 78% of HR leaders, they become more focused on finding technology employees with strong soft skills. Okay. And so when candidate lacks those soft skills, there's a problem, because sometimes they test you, they see if you have those skills or not. So IT leader says that a gap in soft skills on a team can lead to trouble, ranging from daily team friction to missed deadline to poor results. So that means that if you are in a team and there's always a rivalry, there's always trouble, there's always um, frictions, and there's no peace in that team. So that means they can't meet deadline, they can't satisfy their customer, the poor result, they can even lose the contracts. Nobody want to work with people that are always on the edge and with bad attitude and all of that. So we're going to look at these skills that you already have. Let's see how you can build upon it and use that as a leverage to get into tech. One of the two big ones are communication and collaboration. So when you're an IT, so please feel free, my moderators, please feel free to chime in, please. I'm just laying the background, the foundation. So the big tools, let's look at communication and collaboration. So when you ask IT leaders to share skills they can't do without on their team, they will say communication and collaboration. Both of these things are very important. So that means the ability to think creatively and solve problem also is another thing that we also need. So ability to think out of the box, all those things are also important. So let's start looking into them. What is communication? Communication is not only speaking, it's not only discussing. Communication has many layers to it. It's not as simple as you think. So comprehension is extremely important. Ability to rely and understand complex idea. So that means if there's a particular situation, you must be able to relay and understand those situations so that you'll be able to find solutions to it. So it's very important to be able to understand, okay, this is a requirement. This is what we want. This is what we're trying to do. So I understand it, and I then, because for example, let's say you are doing something with business analysis or a scrum master, you meet the customer or even a project manager. You met the customer and the customer said, this is what we need, this is a requirement. Okay, but you know that the customer can go back and say, I didn't say that. I didn't really mean to say that. If you don't know how to communicate with customer with that skill, you get confused. Like, well, you told me that this is what you want. How come now you say you didn't say that? Now it's my fault. And you may start fighting the customer or start being, it's true that it's not your fault, but most of the time it's always the contractor's fault. So that means you need to know how to communicate with your customer in a respectful manner, in a professional manner. So communication is not only listening, it's also knowing how to discuss the situation on ground. And to so the ability to influence is needed for senior roles, senior managers. So both verbal and non-verbal communication is very important. So there are two parts, listening and speaking. When you are a good communicator, you need to be able to listen. Some people, they always want to talk, to be heard, to know that they know everything, they are smart. That's okay. But when you are in the team, you need to work like a team member. When you are in the with the customer, you need to work like you are working for the customer. They're paying your bills. You need to be able to communicate with them, listen to them, let them finish speaking. You might be excited to say something, but let them finish. Then when they finish, now you can speak and discuss the topic. Even when if the customer is adamant and said, this is what I want, I've seen a situation whereby the customer will say, we were trying to do something in SQL and SQL database back end. And the customer said, okay, that's fine. Then they just changed their mind and said, no, we want Oracle. So why do you want Oracle? Why the sudden change of requirements? If you don't know how to resolve that situation and know how to communicate with your customer, you might lose that project, because if they are bent, determined to change, you never know the plan. Maybe they even try to get rid of your company. So what am I saying is that to be a leader in tech, even though you are just breaking into tech, one day you'll be a leader. Start looking at those skills. How do I make this? How do I make myself better with these skills? I will stop right there. I have some other thing to discuss about communication. I see Joya just joining us. Maybe she has a question. Joya, do you have a question or you want to chime in? Joya? Is it Joya? Okay, I'll probably continue. Are you trying to mute yourself? To unmute yourself? Can you all hear me? Okay.
I apologize. My signal here is terrible.
Oh, it's
But
okay.
thank you for allowing me to speak. So I missed part of your conversation, but what I was able to listen to was about the soft skills. And I think my problem is I have figured out what soft skills I have. But I'm not confident with interviewing. A little bit of background is I do have a degree in information technology. And so I unfortunately wasn't I was kind of naive, if you will, just thinking, oh, okay, well, I have the degree, so it'll be easy for me to get a job. And it has not been easy. I've been told, well, we need someone with more experience. So, like I said, I did finally figure out, the soft skills that I have, but I think I need more confidence with interviews because I know that, I can get a tech job.
Okay, tell me about your background. What do you have exactly?
All right. So my background is that I work in HR. I have for 14 years. And so what I heard you talking about earlier was communication, collaboration, problem solving. That is exactly what I do. I have about 200 employees that I manage cases for. So I'm constantly, gathering information, gathering requirements, making decisions, processing payments. So I have an extensive background in HR.
Okay, now I'm trying to get into that tech area. So you have your degrees in information technology information system. What do you want to do with that? What do you think you want to do with it? Do you see yourself doing more of hands-on stuff, or do you want to see yourself doing more of customer service, or what do you like to do?
All right. So what I've been considering is the Scrum Master position. I've really been thinking about that, but then also looking into that, I also realized that there is the product owner, I believe, certification that you can get. So I'm still kind of, figuring out what avenue I want to go in. I do work for an employer, the big one that starts with an A, that I know that I can take some free courses and get my AWS certification. So I have several avenues that I'm thinking of.
Okay, so those several avenues, you have to pick one. That's one of the problems when you have so much and so many, and you will never do anything with all of them. You will be confused. So look at it. Scrum Master, what does it entail? We're going to be looking into that tomorrow. Scrum Master, you already have the skills to collaborate, to discuss, to communicate. That's what Scrum is. You are a coach. You are agile coach. All you do is you make the customer give you a requirement as a product backlog, and you just kind of give it to the team members to work on as a sprint backlog, and they take this tasks one by one and work on them, and you make sure there's no impediment, and you make sure the process is flowing and everybody is doing their job. So that's something you can do. That's what I tell my student. Like, I started my Scrum class on Saturday, and the Scrum class is 4 weeks. So it's somewhat the easiest way. It's even easier than project management, because you don't have to know all those tools like Gantt chart and all those in project management. This one is easy. You may have to know Jira or Trello or whatever your organization want to use. One of the easiest way to get in is either you are doing Scrum or cybersecurity compliance. Those are the two ways I've seen to get in. So you can also do product manager and stuff, but that you have to deal with customer. You have to call them to buy your product or whatever. But I've seen business analysis also is another one you can do. But I see Scrum Master and cybersecurity also to be very good way to get in. So if you're considering Scrum, that's a good one. I will encourage you to look into that. And if you do need mentorship for Scrum, I can mentor you into Scrum. So let me know if you need help in that area.
Thank you so much. That really helps.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. So you can follow me on, Instagram, and introduce yourself. I'll be able to guide you and ask you maybe what are the things you have done with Scrum. Maybe you've done the test already, the exams already. You just need mentorship. I'll be able to see whatever I can do to help you in that area. Anyone in the audience want to chime in on that? My moderators.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ms. Temi. I think that's definitely a great path to go on. Listening in from kind of your background, Joy, of what you were doing in healthcare, my initial thought was project management as well. So I think that's definitely a great direction to get the Scrum, do the Agile, coaching, get some certifications. I would even say go a step further and get your PMP so that you have those credentials behind your name. It's a very sought after profession. So you could definitely do that. Sounds like if you're working for the big A company, then you can also get some other certifications while you're there as well. I know they pay for that. So if you have any interest in AWS cloud computing, I would highly recommend getting those as well, because they always look great, and it's actually a great skill to have. And a lot of companies need people to work on AWS cloud computing right now. So that's a highly sought after skill set. So I definitely recommend those two, and happy to help anytime. You can always reach out to me as well. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, Ayana. So since you are in the big A, just try whatever they offer. AWS. It can be your AWS architecture, architect, like architectural courses. That's the foundational. Maybe can be the associate one. You can look at the associate one. Okay, that's the foundational one, so that you can understand the product, the different services they offer. If it's Azure, which is Microsoft, also they have the minimum ones you can take. You don't have to go all the way to DevOps and stuff. Just start with the minimum ones. And if you need help or guidance with those, because I offer those classes too, I can guide you so that you know what to look out for. Since you work for them, you can just do it free with them. That's fine. Yeah.
Thank you again. I really appreciate this room.
You're welcome. That's why we're here. We're here to guide and to help the community. Thank you for coming. So we're talking about this. So we're talking about both communication, both verbal and non-verbal. When you communicate with your customer, your body language will communicate. So sometimes you get upset and you can show on your face that you're mad and all that. You don't want to do that to your customer. Yeah, because some customer they're already in the edge, they're already mad or upset with their own life and family and stuff. They I've seen some customers that are always on the edge. Like that this particular guy is a colonel that we work for him. It's like we're in the war zone. When whenever we're going to meet him at the Pentagon, we're like shivering. That's how some people can be. But he's actually a nice guy. When I finally got to actually work more with him closely after I retired and became my manager, direct manager at the company I was working for, I noticed a really nice guy. Actually, I had the time that I had to had lunch with him after I left the company. And I was like, why are we so scared of this guy before? We're so scared of him. So what am I just saying is that know how to communicate with your with your customer, even in your team. Communicate both verbally and non-verbally. Don't let them see that you are mad or upset. Just showing. Some people are so loud also. They get upset and they show it. Even in the meetings, they just blow up. And you be like, don't put yourself on the edge. Know how to manage your emotions. So we're gonna get into that. So don't let me just put that in one. So that's very important. Then collaboration. Knowing how to collaborate, working together, working as a team member. Don't be a lone wolf. Some people don't know how to work with anybody. They cannot do it. They are so, I don't know. They tend to, it's very common with developers, programmers, because I started off as a software engineer. So they just want to be by themselves. They just want to do things by themselves. Even when they're having problem with the code, they find it difficult to tell their neighbor or their peer to help them review. Their colleague to help them review. They're just sitting in their room. They can't ask them, can you please let me look at this code? Because they don't like to work with people. And they'll be telling me, Miss Temi, I don't like to work with people. I'll be like, you are young, you're just getting in. You need to know how to work with people, and they don't want to listen to anybody. We're gonna get into that too. So developers, find it very hard to collaborate, some of them. So this is something you must develop. I'll tell them. If you want to do well in tech, you must know how to collaborate. You must know how to work as a team member. You can sometimes you can work by yourself also as a team member, especially when right now with COVID, that everybody is working remotely. You are working by yourself already. Thank God that's what you wish for. But now you need to be able to balance it so that you know how to uh, send emails, ask questions. Some people will never ask questions because they don't know how to collaborate. They will make all the mistakes and write all the wrong codes. Or maybe they ask you to do something with documents. Instead of you to make a call and just ask simple questions. What do I need to do with this? I'm having this issue. They don't want to collaborate or discuss communication through there. They will never make those calls and they make the mistake and they wrong the wrong document, the wrong description, everything wrong. Mistake. Because you don't want to collaborate or communicate with others. So make sure that you understand that the success of your career is gonna be based on your soft skills. Please feel free to chime in. Feel free to chime in, Srituen, Miss Toots, and Yana. Also, another one is ability to learn. Ability to learn. Most of the time, yes, go ahead.
Yes, I mean, I'm happy to chime in on collaboration. So I think, particularly, teamwork is very important, especially in the virtual space. And I know folks are going to be moving away. Well, who knows? Like with the future of work, your role may stay virtual, maybe a hybrid. But I would think that actually listing collaboration as a skill and really seeking that out is very helpful. Because what I have found in the virtual space, it's all about information sharing. So I think as you start thinking about differentiators with your skills, you can get different certifications, and I know that the last speaker got some good advice, and I would say any certification that you can get that you're not paying for is definitely worth pursuing. But while you're pursuing that, you should also start to think about, are these, how would I leverage, these certifications, so now it's not just a tool you have, but you actually know how to use it in the workplace, or figure out if you need to make a shift there. But getting back to collaboration, um, it's in that same mindset about, you can usually get so much more done together. And a lot of times, part of the collaboration skill set is getting people to work with you and collaborate. Because I think, Temi, you started talking about, folks that just want to write their own code and kind of go their own way. But, they obviously miss out on that diversity of thought and getting other perspectives in there. So, while it's sometimes challenging if you're on part of a team where collaboration isn't, a shared skill set, if you can be the one that shows, hey, I know how to effectively collaborate, and I can work with some of these harder to work folks on the team that have good technical skills but don't have good team building skills, I think that is a definite asset. Chris Crossan, is that speaking?
Yes, I want to piggyback on that real quick. Yes, teamwork is definitely very, very important. And interpersonal communication meaning that you are, friendly and relatable in a sense. One of the questions they ask you when you're applying to any tech companies, they really want to know if you fit into their team, and which is why a lot of these interviews now have like 2-level interviews, where you have the first interview, then you have another interview um, with like the team members. They want to know how well you get along with the team before they bring you on, if they're going to move forward, with your application. And so it's really important that you are friendly. I mean, I've worked with a difficult client before, as Ms. Temi stated, but if you've ever worked in retail, and you remember how in retail the golden rule is customer is always right. So if you take that soft skill and that communication and customer service to your tech, your technical role, any role with any software company, any tech company, and you have clients, you just have to know that you're always going to treat them as if they're right. You're going to give them what they ask for, right? Even if you don't agree, but you don't let them know that you don't agree. You don't let them know that you disagree, right? You can certainly lay out the options for them, but you do it, willingly, with a smile, and and you don't say, "Oh, I told you so," or anything like that. You just give them what they want. So, these soft skills are very important. And like everyone said, people who are like a lot of software engineers and developers, sometimes they're just sitting there, in their little cubicle, and they're not really like engaging too much with the customer, which is why it's very important. Like roles like business and analysts, and those who have the certified Scrum Master certificates are very, very important, because they really do help to remove impediments, like they said, and help with the process. Like especially a lot of companies now are involved in the agile process, right? Agile development, whether it's the waterfall, hybrid, whichever process they're doing, and they need the business analysts, the scrum masters, to really relate to everybody and really integrate everybody together. You're communicating with the customers, you're communicating with project managers, program managers. You yourself might be a project manager, also. So, and you can have like, literally, you can have 15 vendors on one project, working on different, integration and migration. So you need that communication. You're going to be doing so many meetings in one day, and you really need to be able to relate to everybody, all the different vendors and customers. And so it's very, very important that you have really good soft skills, communication skills with customers, and you're just relatable, you're friendly, you're passionate. At the end of the day, they don't care. Like I was told to, recently on the job that I started, that they let other people go because I guess they knew their job, they said, but I think their interpersonal communication was lacking. So that customers don't care. Even if you know your job, they can always replace you with somebody else that will do the same job. But they want to know, are you going to give them a difficult time or not? Can they relate to you? Are you always available and you're always passionate? Like, you're not giving them an attitude. You know what I mean? My name is Tutu, and I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Tutu. You said it all. You said it right. Can you quickly reset the room, Tutu?
Yes. So, welcome everyone. So this afternoon we're talking about how to break into the tech field or software field. This is a free masterclass, and we are having a masterclass live session this week on June 12th. And our moderator, Professor Temi, is also hosting. Is also having a course for certified authorization professional. It's a CAP course, which is your entry level course to get into the cybersecurity field. And she also does resume, writing, reviewing, and mentoring also. So if you are also trying to break into your career field as a business analyst, data analyst, she can certainly give you advice and consult you and mentor you in those fields. She is a software engineer, and she's also a cybersecurity engineer. So she has over 20 years of experience, and these are college courses. These are actual university level college courses. This is not a prerequisite course. It's a college course. And if you want to change your field and transition your career and break into cybersecurity, you certainly do not need any technical skills to break into cybersecurity, and you can do this. You can transition very easily. Please make sure you follow all the moderators, follow our Room Tech and Powerhouse, and make sure you reach out to Professor Temi. Also, if you have any family members, any new graduates from college, and they are having a hard time getting a job, and they just want to, they have student loans and they're not making any money. Technology is a very lucrative field, and Professor Temi will help you to transition, fresh out of college. Even if you don't have any college, these is a skills kind of, she can certainly help to, iron out your skills and help you transition into the tech field. Thank you, and back to you, Ms. Temi.
Thank you, Tutu. Yeah, you said it all. It's very important. It's, right now, a lot of these kids are just finishing college and they will stay home. Don't let them just be idle. Let them get their feet wet. Some people will finish college and will never do anything with it because after struggling for so long, they give up. Now that they just finished college, start prepping them for the next stage of their life so that they are not just idle and just sitting at home. So they can do these courses. Because there's no way you just finish college and then most of the time you need to be specialized in certain area. Let them know exactly what area they want to specialize in, especially if they are in tech. They'll pick something because you've learned so much courses, many courses like maybe cyber, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, software engineering, database, and everything is like, it's not really deep enough. It's like intro. Now they can't do anything with all of those courses because I'm also an adjunct professor at 3 universities right now. So they have to pick a certain area to specialize on so I can mentor them, I can guide them, I can, help them to see what they have already and what area they need to concentrate on to get into tech. So that's something I can do to help them. And also, like Tutu said, the master class is going to be on June 12th, which is this Saturday. Look under my bio on the first line under that bio. You will see the link to register on my icuniversity.com/register-page. Register is free. Come on and let's discuss about what you need to know about tech and what are the easier ways to get in, as well as discussing about cybersecurity. If you've been wondering what is this cybersecurity, I want to know what that is. This master class is going to provide that. We're going to discover about threats, vulnerabilities, what are the different the security objectives, and the data classification and stuff like that. It's going to be really fun. So I really want to see you there. We're going to talk about the risk management frameworks. What is risk? What is all those great things you need to know, so that you'll be able to know, oh yeah, this is something I like, or whatever. So please try and follow the the room. Follow me also if you have need a mentor. Maybe you've been trying to get into tech, and you've done some courses, or you have a gap in your employment, you don't know what to do next. Just follow me to LinkedIn and just mention mentorship, and that we met in the clubhouse. I will help you from there. And if you're trying to break into tech, just follow me on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is actually better, or you can do Instagram too, but always make sure you follow me on LinkedIn better, so that I'll be able to see what to do to help you and put you on the schedule and discuss with you what your next step can be. So thank you all for joining. It's 1 hour. We have 15 more minutes to go, because we're going to be meeting throughout this week here to discuss. And tomorrow, I said we're going to be discussing about tech skill decoded, all different tech skills. Today, we are looking at soft skill. Tomorrow, we're going to look at hard skills. So soft skill, another thing is ability to learn. So when you're at the job, like my sister Joye said, she's working for the big eight, and they have a lot of training. So now, what do you do with those things? Try to learn with those. If you have free resources, use it. Try to learn with them, or if they have opportunity to send you to college, don't just sit down and just relax and be like, I don't, I'm tired, I'm always exhausted. Most of these classes are online. Just do it part-time and get your certification or get your degree. I remember when I was working as a software engineer, I have my bachelor's in computer science when I started. So when I joined this particular big 500 company, the big ones, one of them, I joined them. And then I noticed that they can pay for my master's. So I decided to register for software engineering master's. They pay for it. And I noticed that I can do cybersecurity master, they will pay for it too. So I decided to do that. So I did 2 master, they pay for it. So because I noticed that the prerequisite for cybersecurity already covered in software engineering. So they are each 2-year courses. So programs. But I noticed that I already covered the prerequisite. So I only need 1 more year to get cybersecurity. Come on, why not? But people were telling me, tell me, what do you want to do with all of this? You already have software engineering, now you're doing cybersecurity. I was like, just don't worry. So what am I saying is that don't be, if you have the opportunity, use it. Don't just sit back and just think that this is your, anything can happen tomorrow. They might say you should go tomorrow, or something happened to the project. Now that you have the opportunity to use it, to get started, you don't have to finish with them if you left, but at least start something. So think about that today. If your employer has any benefit towards education, don't just leave it. Use the opportunity that you have. So ability to learn, also learn from your peers, learn from the group, learn from others. So it's very important to always, continuous learning is one of the great things in tech, because tech is actually always evolving. There are new things coming out new, so always willing to learn. Let YouTube be your best friend. Let a lot of programs out there. Always learn. Ask your mentor question. Like Tutu, Tutu is one of my very good example. Tutu right here, I've mentored her, I've trained her, she got jobs, she has done a lot of great things in tech now. And many other ones that I've mentored like her, like more than 1,000 plus. But Tutu is always with me. Tutu is always asking questions. Sometimes, she will we will just be chatting and be talking. I'll be Temi, I saw this, Miss Temi. So, so be like that. Be like that. Your mentor should be close to your mentor. Let your mentor, it's not only when you need something that your mentor should see you. You understand what I'm saying? Be around them. Let them know that you are the go-to. I mean, can always go to them. So some people, they don't show up on their mentor. So ability to learn from your mentor, ability to learn from your peers, ability to learn on your own. Is very important. Have a schedule to learn. Make a timeline so that, okay, today I'm learning this week I'm learning this. The next week I'm learning this. Put yourself on that schedule. So because if you don't put that on, you're probably not gonna do it. You're just gonna say, I'm gonna do it next week. I'm gonna do it next month. Put your a learning schedule. If you can do that, that will help you a lot. Also, having an healthy ego. I know we only have 10 minutes, but I'm just gonna, let's go through. Having a healthy ego. In tech, you are going to be wrong. You are gonna make mistake. But are you gonna be able to say, okay, I'm sorry, I made this mistake? Are you gonna accept it that you made that mistake? Are you gonna humbly accept instead of saying, oh, it's not my fault, I didn't make that mistake, I'm perfect, I know it's not my fault? Are you able to admit that you made a mistake and have a healthy ego? And if you are wrong, say you are wrong and move on. And don't hide it. Some people will make a code change and they know there's an error in it. Because of the ego, they will commit that they will commit that code. And when they commit that code, that means they save the code and it's gonna break everything. Although we can trace it back and know actually did what, but at the same time, just show that you made a mistake and let it be corrected. So ability to 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 put the ego aside and learn is very important. And in the same vein, we're talking about accountability, right? Ability to take ownership of your work and your mistake. So there's no way you can talk about ego and then you will not talk about accountability. They work hand in hand. If you're gonna do well in tech, you have to be humble. You have to be accountable. You have to learn and grow. That's the only way. So humility is not stupidity. Humility is not dumb. It's not dumbness. Humility is very important because now you probably achieve a lot. You probably make a lot of money than before. This is when you have to calm down. This is when you have to listen. This is when you have to get your head correct. Correct your brain. Reset your brain. You know what I'm saying? Reset your brain. Don't let ego or being not be humble kill you. It can kill you when you are too proud. You are proud. You can be proudful in a good way, but there's always the side effect of pride. There's a lot of negative side of pride, but there's also a positive side of pride. So prideful in what you have achieved, what you have done to empower others is good. But when now you are very proud and you are very obnoxiously proud and you are not humble and you don't listen to anybody and nobody can talk to you and you are not even accountable for your mistakes, that's a problem. So humility is a great quality in both individual contributor and leaders in the team. So when you are humble, you can work with others. So you can see that a lot of these soft skills, they go hand in hand. A lot of them go hand in hand. We talk about communication and collaboration, they go together. When we talk about ego and accountability, they go together. You understand? So, so now being accountable for it. So when a team lack accountability, often they cannot collaborate well together. And say, for example, you're a scrum master, you are a coach, and so everybody should be able to be transparent and discuss and respect each other. Those are the scrum values, so that you can work together and be accountable and understand the product's definition of done and be speaking the same language, as in we are saying the same thing. When somebody comes to you and said, okay, what are you doing in this project? Where are you? What's your goal for the month, the spring goal? Or you'll be able to say the same thing. So when you are accountable and you work together, you collaborate, you are able to be transparent and be accountable and discuss. So that will help the team to go to the next level of achievement. But when you have all of these things and you are not really having all these skills, is a problem. Even though you are the best, your team is the best, you are super smart, you are all senior engineers and all that managers, but you don't have all these skills, that's a problem, a lot of problem. So that you may not have to have a manager that will be micromanaging you because you don't know your left from your right because of the lack of soft skills. Even if you have good soft skill and you know how to utilize your soft skill, there'll be a lot of respect accorded to you in the project, because they can see how you carry yourself, they can see how you present things. It's a skill that you have to, we are born with some of these skills, but some of the skills are inbuilt. You have to build it up. You have a little bit, but then you have to see how you can make it better, improve in these skills. So start looking at this. Okay, how do I improve my skills? How do I present myself? What do I do if this something like this happen? So think ahead. Think ahead. See yourself as a driver. You are like driving. You are like driving a car. If a driver is driving a car, you have to look forward. You are not just going to be looking at the current situation. You are looking forward. You have a foresight of where we're trying to go, so that I will not bump into a hole or have a crash. You are looking forward, right? So now on your project too, look forward on this project. Don't think about right now. This situation right now will pass, but what is going to happen in the future? So look ahead with your current situation, your current project, so that you can collaborate and move, especially if you're a team lead, so that you can move your team forward. Don't let the rancor in the team affect you. Look forward, how to project and move your project forward. So it's very important they all work together in collaboration. um so I'll stop right there. I'm sure some people might want to chime in. Anybody?
Yeah, I also wanted to add, be flexible. Be willing to be flexible and available. Even sometimes, even during, it could be during after office hours, right? So just be open to be flexible with your project managers, your program managers, your directors, and maybe even your clients sometimes after office hours. If they reach out to you, it could be like an event that's happening or an emergency with, like your system. Just be flexible and be available. At the end of the day, you are there to work. There are perks to working in a software tech companies. A lot of these tech companies provide perks like bonuses, incentives, along with educational assistance. They provide, the more flexible you are, you may be able to have a promotion, right? You might get a good word from your client and they'll say, oh, she's very great, she's always available. And that could be your promotion to the next role within that company. You just never know. So just always be flexible and be able to multitask, right? Be able to multitask so that you can complete your project deliverables and meet the deadlines for the customer. So those are just, I think those are soft skills. Just being flexible and being able to multitask. I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Toots. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today. We have 3 more minutes to go. We're here. I plan to be here all week this week from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, to discuss about breaking into tech, and what are the things that you need to do, and also to discuss about my free masterclass I decided to have on June 12th. Is free. Come on and register and learn more about, get to meet you and answer your questions. It's just 1 hour to learn about cybersecurity and what you need to break into it. It's free. Look under my bio and make sure you register on it. Um, Registration will be open for now until we close it down. So make sure you take advantage of that and register and be part of it. It might be for you, it might be for your family member. Make sure you register on that. It's free, and we go from there. So also, if you're already breaking it, you already did some training programs and you're trying to break into tech, but you don't know what to do, you need a mentor, reach out to me. I'll be able to guide you and mentor you. Maybe you need your resume, you need someone to do like your prep interview with you, you need someone to guide you to look at your job description and give you guidance, how you prepare for interviews, things like that. I'm gonna be able to help you with that as well. So that's very important. So thank you all for joining. Iana, what's your last do you have any last advice as we close down the room shortly? Last advice. So hopefully everybody will be able to come and meet us again tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about tech Tech skill decoded. So we're going to look at different skill and actually break it down. What are the things you need for each of these skills? Today we looked at soft skills, and we look at soft skill for people that are just joining us. We have looked at communication. We discussed about collaboration. We discussed about ability to learn, creativity, healthy ego, accountability. We discussed about flexibility and critical thinking. So all these things are very important skills that you need to have to break into tech. Because if you don't have that and you are not passionate, you may not really get a job. So anything you do, do it with passion. Even the clubhouse, you see, I'm doing it with passion. I'm used to it because I have to. They must see at the job, they must see that you are passionate. At the interview, they must see that you are passionate. That's what I tell my students. It's okay to use your hand gesture. Let them know that this is in your blood. It's in your bloodline. Understand? So show it. Let them see it. Let them see that you love it. Even if you don't know what you are saying, they can hire you and train you. They say, okay, I can work with this one. Not the one that just go to the interview and just sit back and relax, and you can't even, you force them to even give you answers to the questions. Nobody's going to hire that kind of person. So these are the things that are very important. I know we can go on and on forever, but we're going to close down the room. So Ayana, do you have a last word of encouragement for um, people that are trying to break into tech, if you can? If you can.
Yes, thanks so much, Ms. Tim. Again, great information. I especially love what you said about ego, right? So remaining humble and really putting your ego aside. I can't tell you how many people I've seen work with and have had to coach as well in regards to, um, just really having a big ego just because you work in tech. That's definitely not the attitude that you want to have. You certainly want to remain a team player. You certainly want to know how to work on a cross-functional technical team. Every member of that team is just as valuable and as important. So leadership is important as well. Making sure you're exhibiting those strong leadership skills. People should feel comfortable coming to you, and likewise, you should feel comfortable going to others when you need advice, when you need help, when you have a question. So many people go into engineering, their first week on the job, they're scared to ask for help because they're intimidated by their team members because of their egos. So continue to remain humble, remain a strong leader, be compassionate, have empathy, care about others, and be a servant leader as well. That's super helpful, and remain collaborative also. So thanks so much for this great discussion. Continue to be inspired. Continue to come back to these rooms. Please follow Tech Empower House. Follow Ms. Temi. Follow Ms. Toots. And everyone who's here as a moderator, we're all here to support you in your journey into tech. I'm Ayana, and I'm done speaking.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Always, always appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Miss Tus, your closing words.
Yes. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, just be willing to have great interpersonal communication with all your coworkers on your team for the project as well as the clients. Also, be willing to be flexible and don't be afraid to ask questions because you're certainly engaging and collaborating with them, right? And be able to have good time management or multitask on projects so you can meet your deliverables and meet the customer deadline, right? Also, one last thing I don't know if we mentioned yet, especially now that we're all we're working remotely, even before we worked remotely, right? Always have great email etiquette. Great email etiquette. You want to watch the tone in your email. Always use regards, best regards, please, thank you. I would even say add sir or ma'am. Being adding sir or ma'am to your email, part of your email etiquette, really shows that you're respectful. Just don't write an email and go straight to the point. You know what I mean? Try to say, how are you doing today? Hope you all are doing well. Thank you, sir. Best regards, respectfully. Have great email etiquette. That's very important with customers especially, and even with your team when you're collaborating on a project. So I want to encourage everyone, please, 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 this master class is very important. When we're having these classes, when we're having these rooms at 12 o'clock this week, make sure you ping others into the room. If you know anyone that's struggling right now financially and they need to break through, if they hate their current job, right, and they need to transition into tech and they don't know how they'll transition into tech, or even if they've already taken, like, some of these introduction tech courses, please have them reach out to Professor Temi. She can guide you and mentor you, provide free consultation to you, and she can consult you and work with your resume and see where you are and what you need to do to break into tech. She's offering a master class this weekend, June 12th. And also, she offers the Certified Authorization Professional class. That is your entry level into cybersecurity. She also offers the Security Plus and the CYSA Plus. Those three core classes is all you need. I was able to obtain a job, a high paying job, before I even took the second class, right? So it's not a gimmick, it's not a joke, it's not a scam. This is an actual accredited university college level course. You don't have to take those other prerequisites, sociology, English, writing. You don't have to take those other classes, right? You're going straight to the cybersecurity, and these cybersecurity is a very lucrative lucrative field right now. There's so many jobs out there. You see all the ransomware, all the data breaches that we're getting. There's millions of jobs, thousands, hundreds and thousands of jobs every day in the U.S. for information security, cybersecurity. And so if you reach out to Professor Temi, even if you're interested in Scrum or business analyst or data analyst, SQL, and you need to learn like new technical skills, she can help you with that. That's what she specializes in. She's been doing this for over 20 years. So take this master class seriously. If you know anyone that needs a transition in career and, they want to just break into the tech field, or if they're struggling out of college, they don't know, maybe they study psychology, right? Or they study social work and they can't get a job. Because I know people that worked, went to school, a bachelor's degree in social work, and they can't even make a good living. Maybe they're getting paid $15 an hour. That's below poverty line, right? So if you transition into a tech software company and you transition into technology, you can earn a good living. You will be living above the poverty line. My name is Tutu, and I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Toot. So that's it for today. Thank you for discussing that, and thank you for everybody that came up to discuss. Really appreciate you all today. So hopefully, we hope to see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time. This is just 1 hour room. I know most of you are at lunch from work, so I don't want to take you away from your work. We can be here having a party all day. But well, I want you to go back to your work, and then we'll come back and meet again tomorrow.
And reach out on LinkedIn to Professor Temi. Yes. Also. So, yes. You can reach out to her on LinkedIn. You can connect with her offline and discuss with her also. And she's always available to answer all your questions about tech.
Yes, so I'll be looking forward to hearing from you on the other side, and see you all tomorrow as well. And also register for the master class. If you also need mentors, reach out to me. If you need someone to guide you to your next career, what you need to do exactly, you already did the courses, but you can't get in. I'll guide you into, with interviews, skills, and everything like that. So thank you all so much, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, and stay blessed. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, bye, everyone.
So
Look forward to
much.
see
Have
you.
a great day, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye. See you all.